The student comes in my office and says, I am not good at taking tests. I'm not a good test taker. This neuroscientist who studied the brain mentions research that answers the question to so many statements my students tell themselves over and over again that limits their success. I tagged her information down in the comments if you want to follow her. She provides great information. Here's the comment that she made in her research that blew my mind away for my students who say they are terrible test takers. The comment is, your brain believes what it repeats and not what is true. Wow. You know what this tells me? Your brain can believe what's not true. You can cause yourself to believe what is not true by self-talk. How often have I had a teenager in my office, and when I look at their pattern of their grades, I notice that their grades are great all over the place except for exams. How many mamas have I had in my office who've told me, oh yeah, Mr. Hammonds, she's never been good at taking tests. That talk is detrimental according to brain researchers. Her research says what we tell ourselves over and over again, even if it's not true, we believe it to be true. So you have a student who was not good at taking tests in 2nd and 3rd grade, but the lingo started in 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade that I'm not good at taking tests, and mom and daddy's reinforcing I'm not good at taking tests. By the time they're 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade, they're telling themselves for years, I'm not good at taking tests. So now, at the beginning of the semester, they tell themselves, I'm not good at taking tests. The beginning of the week, they say, I'm not good at taking tests. The test is Thursday. They say, I'm not going to do well because I'm never good at taking tests. They're sitting in front of the tests before the test saying, I'm never good at taking tests. In the middle of the test, they're telling themselves, I don't do good on tests anyway. And then afterwards, when they get the test results, even though the classwork was great, even though everything else was great, afterwards, they reinforce by the results saying, see, I'm never good at taking tests. But according to her brain research, because we've told ourselves, and the students told themselves, and sometimes even the parent has reinforced it, there's a belief, a false belief that's not true, that you cannot be good at taking tests. So, how do we solve this? What's the application? Change the talk. Make sure we let a young person know, you study good, you can do well on this test. No, it's not true that you are never going to do well on tests. You've studied, you're prepared, you can do okay on the tests. Be ready for this test. I'm excited for this test. You are doing great. Study for this test. Prepare for this test. Change self-talk. It changes the brain, and it can change the truth. I learned so much from this lady about brain research. There's so much all in my brain. I'm going to do a whole lot more posts on brain research and students before school starts. So if you like this kind of thing, give me a like, give me a follow, and tell somebody else who has a high school student or a middle school student, hey, you need to follow this channel here because, man, we're going to make success together.